this is one of the first projects we actually did in our home. As you notice, we have a really long hallway, and when we first moved in, it just had two like pendant lights, like these classic gold frame chain candelabra bulbs for the whole hallway. It was kind of dark and dingy. And you know, this is the first space you walk into when you walk through the front door, and so it really got our attention. It really needed more, right? So we kind of started with the box, which we really just wanted to look like a giant piece of wood, you know, and I know I definitely didn't want to hang some giant slab of wood or timber or crazy 2x4s and things. So what we did was we made a really simple like frame, right? Plywood frame. And then we skinned it with really thin plywood you can get at the store with a nice finish at the end of it. So once we had the box built, we really started digging and shopping and trying to see what we could find as far as the hardware and the lights. So we found a few things. We found the rope cord, right, the twisted kind of vintagey looking electrical wire, along with the actual fixtures themselves, the sockets, right, so you can find those on Amazon for really cheap. And then of course your bulbs, right. So yeah, we got all the parts, we got it assembled. We actually built it in two halves, right? So I hoisted one half up, fastened it up to the ceiling, and hoisted the other half up and kind of did some doctoring on the seam to make it look like one piece. And if you look closely, you can see the seam. Most people don't notice it right off the bat. I have to point it out to them. And then of course, the final wiring up is done by a licensed electrician. That's pretty important, right? You don't want to go messing with just stuff you don't know about. I want to get a professional here and wire this thing up. But yeah, it's great. We really love it. Again, when we started this thing off, we put originally 60 watt Edison bulbs, right? Which got really hot. And they were really a warm color, which kind of made it a little yellowy. So over the years, we exchanged them for these guys, which are the LED version of Edison bulbs. And it's that very daylight white, cool white light, which with some really light color paint on the walls, just really brightens up this hallway. And this is obviously the first thing people see when they walk into our house, and it's the first thing. It's like jaw dropper every time. Oh my goodness, how did you do the lights? How did you do it? What is it made out of? Is that one piece of wood? How did you do the wood? All this stuff. So that's kind of how we did it. And again, this was just a dream we kind of just dreamt up one day. What would look cool in this space? And we just hopped on it, learned a few lessons, right? And there you go. So I hope you enjoyed. Again, please show us some love, share, like, subscribe, whatever the fancy YouTube terminology is. But thanks so much for watching.